Intellectual property is important. Everybody has it. It's not always that it is important, that it should be protected or can be protected, but it's really important at the outset that people think about it, start having conversations, start working out what intellectual property they have, and then you can work out how you're going to protect it and put a strategy in place before you go too far down the path of development. Look, some businesses are all built around service, and it might be that their brand is more important than anything else. Other businesses are built around a product, and often it's their product that is really core and crucial to their business. And for each business, the way we approach their intellectual property is very different. If it's a software product, for example, a lot of the times it can be all about the branding. It might be a fancy app, there might not be anything protectable, it might just be about branding, in which case we focus on their trademarks and getting them good trademark rights, which involves doing a lot of work at the outset, making sure that the brand is free, there's no conflicts, that they're not going to trade on any other person's brand. They may have a widget, there might be patents or designs that we look at, and if that's the case, then those things need to be filed before any public disclosures are made. So it's really important that those decisions be made at the outset and we have some early discussions. Well, look, the three things that startups need to be doing, or anyone trying to get a business off the ground, well, the first thing is really to get a pen and paper and just to write down what's so special about what I'm doing. And every business has a point of difference. They just need to clarify, what they're doing, what's special. The second point is identifying your competitive advantage. What sets you apart in the marketplace? What gives you a commercial advantage over your competitors? The third one is about working out what you don't want other people to do. Now, certain IP rights are all about stopping. It's a monopoly to exclude others from what you're doing. So if it's a patent or a design, you're stopping people from using the same product. If it's a brand, you're stopping people from using that same or similar branding. So it's important to work out what you don't want others to do. One thing that particularly startups overlook is other people's intellectual property. They're focused on protecting their own intellectual property, but they don't realise that other people have intellectual property as well. And that can stand in their way, and it's not uncommon for somebody to go down the path of creating a business and getting some technology or a product off the ground to realise that they're actually infringing on somebody else's rights, and it can really stand in their way. You've got to be aware of this issue. Once you're aware of it, some basic market research, some intelligence gathering is what's required. So doing some research on your competitors, think about who you're going to be competing with, who might be in the same space as you, who might not want you there, for example. And a lot of times you can do this research just online. Particularly US corporations will have a page on their website listing their intellectual property, so they'll have patents, designs and trademarks listed. And that's a really good starting point to identify that the big issues that are there. If an issue arises, to deal with it straight away. Some people will receive a letter from a foreign corporation saying, we don't like you doing this, and they think, well, that person's the other side of the world, I'm not going to worry about this, I'll just ignore it. That's the completely wrong thing to do. You need to take every letter seriously and think about it and get some advice as to whether it is an issue or not.